It's a gorgeous day, and I'm heading north along the coast towards the Tolbooth restaurant at Stonehaven. Yesterday was amazing, seeing how Arbroath smokies were cooked traditionally. It was brilliant to meet Bob Spink, who was so determined that the integrity of his local smoked fish should be protected from inferior cheap imposters. So that now, when you buy an Arbroath smoky, you know that no shortcuts have been taken. The wonderful thing about cycling is the sense of freedom. You can go almost anywhere. No traffic lights, no cars, roads, who needs them? All I have to watch out for is the tide as I cycle along this unspoilt beach at Lunan Bay. I'm going to call in at Gordon and meet Douglas, one of the fish merchants who supply Robert's Tolbooth restaurant. So fingers crossed that he has some lobster or crab for dinner tonight. Wow, he's quite a monster. How do you choose a
lobster?
How do you choose a lobster?
Actually, that's a male lobster which is narrow in the tail, and if you feel round about here, they're soft. There's nothing in them. That's a hard shell.
Oh, so it gives a bit.
More in them with a hard shell. That's correct.
So that's a good
lobster.
He's a good lobster.
That's a good lobster. That would make a fine meal for you.
And then the crabs, they came up today as well.
Yeah, they came in today, yes. And this is the male crab, which was the big claws and broad in the back like that. The female crab, which is here, has a bigger purse and small claws and round in the back.
Oh right, so compare them.
Yes, you see the difference in the back. You get the more red meat in that out of this, which is, but the white flesh is just the same.
But does the brown have a stronger taste?
Yes, a lot stronger taste. They use it a lot for patties and soups and things like that.
And which do you think tastes better?
Oh, the white meat. I like the white meat, but I like it both. I mean, if you mix them together, they make good sandwiches and things like that.
And then you process them, they're processed
we process
here.
Them here.
And should they be quite live if you're buying them fresh? You want a bit of life in them?
You want a bit of life in them.
Right. Are these the only crabs you land here?
No, we now land a few velvet crabs, which is a thing that's just come on recently, well, within the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, any velvets? Thank you. This is now the velvet crabs.
Oh, they're a lot different.
They're a lot different.
Can I pick one up?
We call them flying crabs.
Why do they actually fly?
Well, no, but they seem to go over the bottom. Most of these go to Spain.
What do they taste like?
I've never had one to tell you the truth, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, what else do you process here, Douglas?
Well, mostly we do a wee bit of scallops, smoked fish, a little yellow fish, finnins, kippers.
What was the fish I saw being smoked through there?
That was haddock.
And you can't call that smoke. You're not allowed.
That's not smokies, though. No, that's not smokies. The
Right.
smokies is hot smoked. These are just cold smoked.
And I have to ask you, how do you put? We're in South Gordon, but that's not the way you say it, is it? Gordon.
So
that's where we are.
That's the way we pronounce it, locals.
I feel so lucky to have spent time with Douglas, who has had a lifetime working with the sea. Bet he's never seen live lobster and crab on the back of a bike before. It's lovely, cycling along in the sunshine. But it's going to be a race against the light to get to the Tolbooth restaurant, which is right on the harbour at Stonehaven, before night falls. I hope Robert and his chef Craig appreciate the effort involved delivering my catch of the day, fresh lobster and crab. This is a fantastic location for a seafood restaurant. Do you get the pick of the catch?
Isn't it fabulous? And being right in the harbour here, here at the Tolbooth, you know, we've got something like 9 different seafood suppliers. One in Aberdeen, one down in Gordon, and 5 or 6 guys in the harbour here that we're in regular contact with. Some of them even phone me from their boat and say, we're on our way in, we've got a good catch, this is what we've got, what would you like?
So then really, people can't tell what's going to be on the menu tonight, or you can't tell either?
Well, no, we make our blackboard up based on what's been available that day and what's come in. But that's half of the enjoyment of it, and it allows you to be creative.
So Craig, what do you have in store for my crab and lobster?
Well, first I'm going to boil them in a court bouillon, like half cook them.
And is this part of the court
This
bouillon?
is part of the court bouillon, yeah, just to give it a stock, to give it a flavour.
So is that for the crab and the lobster?
It's for the crab and the lobster, yeah.
So do you have to cook them while they're still alive?
Yeah, they've got to be cooked alive because the enzymes come out of the liver, and what that does, it actually eats away at the lobster meat when they die. So they have to be cooked alive, unfortunately for them.
Right, well, we cook them.
And stick them in the pot.
Slur it just gently and it goes.
And they'll take about 6 minutes.
I suppose it's boiling now as it goes in.
You know, our philosophy here is keep it simple. When you've got lovely fresh seafood, which is on the doorstep here, you know, the langoustine we get, they're caught about 4 miles off. The scallops, again, about 4 miles off. So just keep it simple and you can't go wrong. If you do get it wrong, you should be shot.
So is that six minutes?
That's 6 minutes, yeah. There.
Oh, you can see it's a lovely red.
That beautiful red colour.
It's a fantastic red colour. I've got the crab.
Lovely.
So watch
Get
my
that
fingers here.
right in there. Be
Now,
careful.
is there any way I'll let
No
you do it?
specific
I'll
way.
let you do it. I need these fingers, hold the handlebars.
That's going to take a good 20 minutes because the claws are so big.
Right, let me just see how you're going to get into this.
Craig makes taking the crab apart look so easy. But in fact, once you're in, it's not really difficult at all. So don't let cooking fresh crab put you off trying this risotto. First, he breaks the claws off the body. Inside there's a rich white meat with a little bit of cartilage.
This is quite fiddly business, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit scut now.
Like
He then prizes the shell apart and scoops out the rich, strong, flavoursome brown meat.
And that's just the flavour. You can eat all that, that's all edible.
That's what
Craig was quick to point out that the only inedible part of the crab is the devil's fingers. So watch out for these if you are doing this at home. It's amazing how much meat came out of that one crab.
Are we ready for the risotto?
Yeah.
Crab wrestling over. Let's get on to the fun bit.
Is that vegetable?
It's olive oil. So get shallots in here. I would rather use shallots to
And is that garlic?
do anything. That's garlic, yeah, chopped garlic. Now we'll put the rice in.
What kind of rice is that?
It's Arbroath risotto.
Because this crab risotto and lobster, is this one of the signature dishes at the toll booth?
Yes, yeah. It's actually a personal favourite of mine. Right, put the brown crab meat in there. The white meat would go a bit chewy. You were to put it in first, and you would lose the freshness of it.
And that's got more flavour, the brown too, hasn't it?
The brown's got a lot more flavour, yeah.
Coming up. And then just how is this the fish stock?
Fish stock, yeah. You can pour it in. The risotto takes about 25 minutes to cook, roughly. And you get the parmesan.
Is that the
in.
parmesan?
Yeah, that's parmesan.
And that's just finely grated parmesan.
It's just finely grated. You put that in when it's hot, so it melts down. We'll add some
That's the white meat. Which is nice big chunks. You
Which
can
is
see. I suppose yeah, the claw gives you those chunks, doesn't it?
Yeah. There we go. And now, the last bit
Is that the cream?
is the whipped cream.
I was quite interested to know why whipped.
Well, the reason to whip it is so it goes in nice and slowly.
I can smell, yeah, we'll get the flavours coming up.
It's nice and creamy. Right, I'll just whip it.
And you start at the tail end.
Start the tail end. It makes it easier. You'll see why.
He starts at the tail end of the cooked lobster and cuts it in half. Now Craig's chef skills are really coming to the fore. He deftly pulls the meat from the shell and chops the lobster into bite-sized pieces, then returns it to the shell and rewarms the lobster in the oven.
Wow, that looks delicious.
Hopefully it'll taste like that too.
Food presentation is so important for this dish, and Craig has definitely got it right. Rosemary and thyme as a garnish, and half a lemon to finish. It looks fantastic, and I can see every ingredient in front of me.
Oh, wow, thank you. This is the best bit.
This is the best bit.
Ah, oh yes, you've done it before. I see. There. You can taste the crab, can't you? And the lobster, a really good mix. Definitely is well worth cycling for. Because this week I've had 50 miles of fantastic flat coastal scenery, a few recipes, a couple of tips on selecting fresh shellfish, some wonderfully locally sourced meals. I really do hope that's enough to inspire you off your sofa onto your bike and to take your own bite out of Scotland. Next week I'll be on another culinary adventure, so join me then. And Craig, will you be? Will you be on your bike next week?
Possibly. I don't know.